I think a lot of people thought this was going to be free to play with microtransactions, but it's not. It's a one-time purchase at $15 or 13
Yeah,
quid.
that's great.
And for me,
Again, I think
it's just
everyone
about
assumed
worth
free
it.
to play, but
Yeah. Yeah, because there's been a bunch of other Kirby games on the eShop of that nature, right? That have been kind of relatively simplistic gaming things that happen to have Kirby pasted all over them, and then I guess you buy stuff within those games. I haven't played any of those or downloaded any of them. My niece has told me about some of them, but I wasn't really interested in that. Played the recent Kirby, the full price
I need to go
proper
back
one.
to that.
oh, that is
Nowhere near
such a
finishing
bloody
that.
good game. That is fantastic.
Yeah,
It's a great time.
excellent. I enjoyed it a lot.
Deeply adorable, and this is not that. This is obviously it's like a third of the price and whatever else. But I've had some enjoyable brief sessions with it for the price of what, like 2.5 pints or something like that. You take your Kirby, you roll him down a course in a sort of Marble Blast or Monkey Ball style, but you're competing with others in a Fall Guys fashion, knocking each other off the course, picking up power-ups and trying to get ahead, taking the more treacherous pathways up and above and around the level to collect more strawberries as you go. Strawberries are the currency. You munch strawberries all the way down to the end, and then whoever gets to the end first gets the pick of 3 giant plates of strawberries, one of 50, one of 20 and one of 10, something like that. There's a little bit of a tussle if you all arrive there simultaneously. Munch some strawberries by spinning the analog stick. And then if you're playing the Grand Prix mode, what makes it slightly more interesting, and by the way, I speak as somebody who has literally played 1 round of Fall Guys, so I have no opinions or comparisons.
But you're saying this is
really
better
with
than Fall Guys. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's infinitely better. No, I suspect it's not. I suspect it's got way less to it, and certainly now Fall Guys is free to play and got loads of crossover content and all that kind of thing. I suspect Fall Guys is probably an easier sell, but than spending $15 or whatever on this. But what I think is different, as far as I know, is that in between the racing rounds, you've got these mini games, almost Mario Party style, where you can increase your strawberry count and reduce the strawberry count of others.
Excellent.
There'll be like a top-down section where strawberries are being dropped on the stage and you have to knock others out the way, or they'll be being dropped into cups, or various other kind of little gimmicky sessions like that. Then that just affects the strawberry count somewhat. Then without kind of seamlessly, this is another thing I like about the game, it goes from the racing stage to the mini game stage to the next racing stage, no kind of pauses or loading. You're onto another racing course. I think there's a fair number of courses in the package as well, different themes of different kinds of foods, whether it is all desserts and cakes, or sometimes it's breakfast, or sometimes it's burgers. Another race, and then after the second race, which obviously again affects your strawberry count, you have a final battle royale mode, which is kind of like Smash Brothers from the top down, but with Kirby. You're trying to knock each other out the stage, and you get strawberries for knocking the others out, and they get their strawberry totals reduced. And then
so the whole idea is to just get as many strawberries and eat them for yourself as you can.
That is it.
Should have called it Ian Lee's Dream Buffet, eh? I should have called it Ian Lee's Dream Buffet, eh? Because the jungle.
I just think it's got online mode. I mean, I should have shown this for Le Tournoi. This looks perfect for.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Tournoi, Matt. What were you thinking? That would have been perfect for the Tournoi.
Also, Leon, is there a game in this called Curb Stomping? There should have been.
Yeah. It's obviously it is brutally violent. No, it's sickeningly sweet. If that's your thing, like if you don't mind that's kind of uber cute Kirby stuff. In the lobby before the race, you can tap on the D-pad and do little Kirby voices to your other competitors and stuff like that. So if you can fall for Kirby's cuteness, when he sizes up, it's quite cute. He gets bigger and bigger. Basically, you're trying to make an obese Kirby by the end of the race. I kind
of love this. And I love the
it gets covered in icing, which is adorable.
Leon, have you played this? You played this multiplayer? Yeah? Have you played this with random people?
So I've been flipping between. There's a single player mode, which is, as you can imagine, not that engaging because you're beating the AI or not. But there's 4 difficulty levels of that. Yeah, probably more to the point is the online multiplayer, which is four players at a time, which makes it more fun. But obviously you don't, there's no, obviously it's Nintendo, so there's no voice comms. Sometimes you get games that are really laggy or even appear like they're suffering with massive slowdown. But after every match, your points get racked up and the slider goes up and you unlock some trinkets and doobies and costumes and colors. I mean, there really isn't that much to it, but it's quite charming and fun. I think if I had, a local group or maybe some kids or something, I would have a lot of fun with this in a kind of, old school party
a local
setting.
Group of kids. I don't just
A
start
local
rounding
group
them
of
up.
kids.
Combine the two.
Yeah, I'm not allowed.
No,
But,
you're not.
But no, it's totally inconsequential. I think some people will think it isn't worth the money, especially when Fall Guys is available for nothing if you don't want to spend any money on it. But for fans of the Curbster,
Yeah, but the problem is with Fall Guys is that I think even for Harry's age, nah, not for Harry's age actually. He's okay with Fall Guys. He's never won a game, but it is hard, isn't it? Fall Guys, especially some of the levels are ridiculously difficult.
Yeah, they're quite technical now, aren't they?
So a competitive game like Fall Guys that younger people could play sounds all right to me.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're going for. I would say the courses are pretty, they have their challenging paths if you want to go for the extra strawberries, but to actually roll just straight down the course isn't going to be testing for most players.
I would love it if they did the free to play stuff with it though. Because they've done free to play Kirby before, right? They did that boss rush game. But that was very much of the old style free to play the way of doing free to play, right? So that was, you get the game for free and then it's just constant with the whole in-game currency stuff. I'd love them to release something like this and say, okay, it's free, there's not any of that in-game currency stuff, but there is a season pass or whatever, and you could get a different color Kirby or you could little outfits or whatever. If you pay £5 for the season and then you get the unlocks like you do with the Epic games or whatever. I'd like to see them do stuff like that because I think that's less aggressive with the monetization of games, and I think there's definitely be a market for it. Rather than, am I actually saying? Am I actually saying I'd rather this be free to play than £11 or whatever it is? I don't know if I am.
Wow,
actually.
you're not the anti-James Farley.
Yeah, but James Farley hasn't bought this, so
that's the funny thing. James was convinced this was free to play, and then last week when he heard it was a one-time purchase, he said, "I'm not buying that." What do you want? Make your mind up, James.
No, because I wanted to wait and see what the reviews are like, whether it was any good or not. That's why.
That sounds all right.
Yeah, this kind of sold me actually.
I think it's all right. It could be more substantial. They could have gone further with the kind of with the monkey ball and marble blast type physics and 60 frames a second and all that. It doesn't have any of that. It's very kind of loose and knockabout. But if you're a sucker for the kind of cutesy sweet graphics and the theme and the silliness of it, I think there is enough in there for the price they're asking. Just about.
That.
Cool.
I need some more curves in my life.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Kids will love it probably.
Yeah.
But I'm not offering refunds if they don't.
Uncle Leon said he'll give you the money.
As a Leon guarantee.
Yeah.
Your kids will love this. Spend the money.
I know nothing about children.
Okay.
Well,